Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. So guys, the Lord is just keeping me in this area. He's keeping me in the vein in this area about the truth. I don't know what's going on, guys. Nothing personal is going on with me. Nothing that I'm aware of, okay, presently, but I believe something is happening because the Lord is keeping me here. And he wants me to say this. The truth has been edited. The truth has been edited. It has been edited. It has been changed. It has been revamped. A better version, a quote unquote better version of the truth has been put out there. There's been things that's been removed. There's things that's been added, cut and pasted, okay, to the truth. And I want you to know that God is saying to be still. He's going to vindicate you. Some of you, you've been suffering from some things at the hands of people for a long time. As I said, it could be your family. It could be your loved ones. It could be your parents. You got to think your parents, if they're the type that's lying or parent, they are presenting you in a way that is to like you're this bad child when they're doing a lot of things to you. Sometimes you have jealous parents. You may have a jealous father. You may have a jealous mother. And it's kind of weird and really strange to see. And sometimes what happens, guys, is if you have parents that have been Christians for a long time, they feel like they prayed you because of them. You got to God. And how dare you not hold them into, in high esteem. But guys, even if they were the vessels that were used by the Father to bring you to him, they're not the one that got you saved. The Lord may have used them or others, right, to save you. But God saw in your heart something that was there and he called you to him. So while we can be thankful for the prayers, while you can be thankful for all the prayers you've received, never ever get to the place where there are just some parents who feel you owe me. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be here. If I didn't choose to have you, you wouldn't be here. And guys, that's not the right mindset, okay? So it's just in my spirit to talk about this. I believe that there's a lot of people that's being wrongly convicted. There's a lot of people that you have been misrepresented. And there's a lot of people you've lost friends. People have not even they didn't even try to get to know you because of what other people said. And the hardest thing is if it's your parents, people are going to say, why would your mother lie on you? Why would she paint this picture of you? Why would your dad lie on you? Why would he paint this picture of you? Because it's abnormal for a parent to do that. It's not normal. But I'm here to tell you, parents can do this because they are being powered by a demon. Demon can do the unthinkable to you. Why? Because that demon don't love you. That demon didn't give birth to you. Your parents are there's something inside of them that allows that spirit to work through them. And it's because there's things within them that's not subject to God. And the biggest thing that happens is because they do not believe that they should be humble when it comes to their children. A lot of them have a God mentality, guys. So they don't feel they ever need to apologize. They don't feel like they ever can do anything wrong. They don't feel that they need to listen to your point of view because they made you. But this is not God's way. And guys, in any relationship you may be having, siblings, and as I said, love relationship, past or present, right? Friendships, things that are happening, and people are just setting you up. Church relationships, that's a big one. If the pastor says that you suck, then that's it. Nobody else is going to believe you. If the first lady say you suck, then that's what it is. People just go with it because they don't have discernment. They worship and idolize this person. So they're not walking in wisdom. They're like, well, if pastor said it, that's what it is. If first lady says it, then it must be true. So you'll find your relationships and the rapport that you have built with others in the church, suddenly those doors closes and it hurts you, doesn't it? It bothers you, doesn't it? But I'm here to tell you, the Lord sees and he says the truth has been edited. If you think about it, when you have a paper, you ever, writing a paper for a class, And then when you hand it into your professor, or you don't even have to be a professor, whether you're in English class, whether you're taking a class in high school. Let's start from high school on, right? When you write a paper, you'll see all the corrections and the suggestions and the things that they feel like you can build on to make this a better paper, right? A better they want to see a better paper, a better term paper. So they may say, you could expound on this a little more. You can say this a little more. They'll scratch out and they'll remove things. And guys, sometimes when you're editing, you have to go back over your paper and you take out those redundant words. You take out things that doesn't matter. But the difference with that, guys, is that you're making the corrections. You're still keeping the integrity and the truth of the story. What you do is you may take out things that will make it too long or too wordy, but the truth is still intact. But the thing is, what is going on, guys? People are taking truth, okay, because they don't want to be discovered. They'll take the truth of a matter, what truly happened, and they're cutting and pasting. As I said it in the video earlier today, they'll take out their part. They'll take out what they said. They'll take out the fact that you have always been kind. They'll take that out, and now they're going to insert that you were rude and disrespectful. They're going to take out when they were rude and they said something that was very caustic in nature, and they're going to put in how they were just sitting there and praying with you, and all they've been doing is trying to love on you. They're going to edit it. They're going to change the topic. They're going to change the narratives. They're going to insert exclamation points. And sometimes you'll find they'll remove the whole story, the whole truth, and they're going to put in something else that's going to be in their favor. But God sees the edits. Regardless of whatever's been presented to man, know this: God sees what has been removed. He knows what's been removed. He knows that this narrative and this description that they've inserted your name into and said, this is you, God knows the truth. He knows, no, that's not what happened. He sees and knows the things that they did to you, because before they opened their mouth and before they set their hands and before their feet went to do this thing, the Lord spoke to their spirit. The Lord spoke to them, said, don't do that. Don't say that. But sometimes you find people, they're so used to doing these things. If you have a parent that lies on you, I'm here to tell you, your parent has at least a 25, 30 year head start on you. They've been doing this for a good hot minute. And so what happens is they become desensitized. Their hearts get stony. And their heart becomes stony, and that's why they do the things they do. The same thing with other people, friends, family, however long they've been alive, from whatever moment they started doing this, they get very good at it. And God is seeing that they have come up with this report and tacked your name in it. And people now read this thing and say, oh, this is the type of person she is. Oh, that's the type of person he is. Can you believe that she did this? Can you believe that he did that? Can you believe that he said that? Can you believe, oh, look at how his mother's over here crying. Oh, look at how, the daddy's aging. Look at how nice and sweet their brother and sister are. They're so mannerable and they are so kind. I don't see how and why this person is acting like this. But something that I learned a long time ago, I remember a while back, something I used to observe when I was younger. And I would always watch. There was a time, like, me and my friends, we used to go to the mall, and once we're done shopping or whatever we're doing, and sometimes we just went there to chill, we'll just sit on this little bench in the main area and we'll just people watch and just laugh and talk about people. And something that I used to observe, even in the mall and other places, I always look at a couple. I always look at how the wife looks. I always look at how the husband look. I always look at how the boyfriend looked, the girlfriend looked. But I really paid attention a lot to the wife for some reason. But I guess that was a part of my ministry. I would look in her eyes. I look at how she looks. And if she's not happy, I just would wonder what's going on. I look at how that man is just walking ahead of her and not even concerned about her. It was like, wow. I wonder how things were before. And sometimes we'll look at people and be like, "Oh, what's wrong with her?" You know, sometimes, especially being in the military, you see this good looking, friendly guy. You know, we're all soldiers and everything. And you know this guy on your job, he's in your company or whatever. When I say company, every military in every unit, they're companies. So you can be in company A, company B, company C. It's like a bunch of us. So you see this person, he's so charismatic, so cool, so caring. And then you see his wife just looking like, what happened to her? And I remember, we used to be like, what happened? But guys, come to learn, and something that the Lord showed me is sometimes people, it's easy for you to think that she's just funny styling. But no. That's the deposits of what her husband is putting her through. Because some of the stuff we would find out later, we realize this guy that we thought was so cool, a big scandal comes out. He got somebody in the company pregnant. He got another one pregnant. He's doing the stuff. She's hurt. But then to the public eye, she will look like, oh, she's probably hampering him and anything and everything, right? And so the same thing is happening with you. People will see you, and because maybe you're not as talkative as the others, you're not as charismatic as everybody else in your family or around other people. You're the quiet one, or you're just kind of laid back. You're not the type just try to get all up in people's face. So what they do is, because of what they said about you, because of the truth that's been edited, right? The things that they've removed, the things that they've copied and pasted, the things that they've erased, because of how you may look, because you're not trying to tell them anything, or, you're kind of laid back, or you're just not as, you don't have those interpersonal skills. They just believe certain things about you just by looking at you. And because the other person may be funny, they're a people person, they know how to talk and twist things, people just believe, yeah, it's got to be true. Well, this person's over here crying. The liar's crying. That's the ironic part. The liar will be the one crying. They'll be the one saying, oh, they're praying for you. They're praying and fasting. They'll be the one with the worry creases in their forehead. I try so hard with her. I try so hard with him. Knowing good and well, this is not the truth. Oh, the antics and the things that you will see. But all that I hear God saying, he's seen the edits. Don't worry about it. You see, when people who are not walking with the Lord, people who are carnally minded, they are quick to come and eat on filth. People that don't walk with the Lord, they will not discern. They won't be able to look in the spirit. They won't get that check. They will come and they'll eat on dead things because they're vultures. Because they're vultures. They like dead, stinking things. And sometimes they just don't want to know the truth. Some people, they don't care about the truth. They love the story. Guys, if you've ever written a paper in a Google document, Word document, and if you want to go in and say, you may not necessarily want to change too much. Let's say you have a paper that you wrote about roses, and the title says roses, and the content is about roses. Well, if you go in there and you delete all the information about roses and you start writing about violets, right? And you save it, guess what? When you get ready, later on, when you get ready to find your title on violets, it's going to be hard because it's under roses. It's been changed. It says roses on the outside. The title says roses. But when you open it, it's about violets because they did not change the topic. They did not change the name of the file. And sometimes, guys, the truth, that's how it is. They'll edit stuff. And when things have been finagled and when things has been changed, there's going to be all this confusion. Well, this says roses. This is supposed to be this person is a Christian and this is a daughter, a good person, a son, right? But they They changed it. So then when you get in there and they look, this person's telling you all they're the people, those who are lying on you, they have changed it. You're a child of God. That's what your topic is. You're a child of God. But someone went in and wrote something different and saved it, right? And so now they come up and they're looking at and reading what somebody else typed in about you. Oh, well, I thought this was about roses. I thought this was a respectful son. I thought your son was a, respectful man of God. Your daughter was a respectful woman of God. But I'm looking in here and I'm seeing a whole different topic here. So, I guess they're not a rose. They're truly a violet. You see that? They're truly something else. And that's what people try to do. But you see, I hope you're following me. So, but God, even though it says roses and there's a story about a violet upon you, the Lord knows the truth. He saw the edits. He sees the modifications that's been made. And he knows, regardless of the fact that they wrote and everybody believes that they're reading about a violet, they're reading that you are this disrespectful, selfish person. They're reading that you don't care. They're reading that you cheated. They're reading that you were violent. They're reading that you are the one that broke off the relationship. You are the one that did all types of stuff. You were the one that didn't want to make it work. You were the one that was causing the problems in the ministry. Even though this says that, but yet on the outside, you are you. God does not buy into the narrative. God sees the edits. God sees that the truth has been edited because he knows who he has called you to be. He knows that even though this document that's truly been called a rose, and even though it's about a violet, these things that they placed in about you, God sees it's been edited, and nobody can fool the Lord. But someone who is carnal, someone who lacks understanding and wisdom, someone who lacks discernment, they're going to come up and be like, well, so on the outside, so he or she, they're acting like they're all that, but look at this. They can't see what's there. But someone who truly walks with Christ is not going to just jump in. And that's why you have to be very careful, my brothers and sisters, about jumping into the gossip pool, wetting your beak on conversations that someone and things that a little narrative that someone has made up about someone else and you've never talked about it. How many of you, somebody just told you something about somebody and go, I didn't even know that about them. And then that's it. And now you can't look them in the eye. Now you can't talk to them right. All of a sudden they start to look evil to you. No, because you've been poisoned. You went into covenant and agreement with this gossiping mess. There's a reason why gossip and backbiting is considered as one of the works of the flesh. It's dangerous. You destroy the word of God says a good name is better than riches. So imagine people going around and just lying on somebody and telling the whole church all these different things. Imagine a husband that's been cheating and messing around on his wife and then go and tell this lie. Imagine a person, they may not be your husband, may not be your boyfriend. May not be your husband or your wife, but it was someone you dated and they went and lied and said something about you. There's people that's going around saying that this person raped me and all this and didn't happen. And people looking at you sideways. But I'm here to tell you, the Lord is saying, regardless of what they've said about you, I see all the edits. I see all the edits. I see everything that has been done. Don't worry if the world, those who are walking in carnality and without wisdom, reads you the wrong way. Because they don't have wisdom and understanding. But God says, I know the truth about you. And regardless of what they say, regardless of what they may try to say about you, you are still a rose. You are my child. No one can overwrite anything that I have placed inside of you. What they do is temporary. And what they don't realize is no matter how much they want to write and say you're a violet, it doesn't change that you are a rose. And I have the power to overturn everything that they've put in place to try to destroy you. I have the power to overturn everything that they do to try to give you a bad name, because it's going to bring you to a place of honor. God says he's going to bring you to a place of honor. He's going to bring you to a place of honor. Right now, you feel like you're being crushed and you're like, Lord, I can't take it anymore. But the Lord is saying, hold fast to me. I've seen everything that they have done. I see everything that they're plotting and they're doing. They have refused to listen to me. They refuse to take heed to my warnings. But the Lord says, I want you to listen to me. You be sure that you listen to my voice. You be sure that you do not allow them to engage you, that you do back to them the things that they've done to you, lest you will find yourself having been stained by the darkness and the sin and the evil that they walk in. This is one of the ways that the walking dead infects people. The walking dead that loves to go to church and loves to sing hymns and love to just be in church, they're wicked. And so they come in there and they do things to hurt you, and it makes you want to step out. Step out. My brothers and sisters, they want you to take off the crown and go down into the gutter with them. You see, because you're on a different level and you're clean. And they don't like that about you. So they say these things about you. They try to bring up your past. But the Lord is saying your past is no longer the truth. If I've made you a new creature, a new creation, all things are passed away. So when they're talking about old stuff, they're lying on you now because it's no longer there. And when they're talking and making up things about you, the reason why they're making things up about you is because they don't have any dirt on you, because you're not walking in that filth anymore. And when you do make a mistake, you're quick to say, I am wrong. And you're quick to say, I'm sorry. And whether or not they accept your apology or not, it doesn't matter. God says, I hear it and I honor that. So what they want you to do is to take off your clean clothing. They want you to take off the robe and the things I've placed on you. They want you to take off the mitre that I've placed on your head. Take it off and go back down there in there. Go back down in the stinking grave environment with them. Put on that nasty clothes and act like them. And what happens when you act like them? They rejoice. Oh, I thought you was all that. I thought you was a Christian, because they like to see you down there. They just want to see you festering and dirty like them. But the Lord is saying, stay above ground. Stay above ground. Stay in the place that I have placed you. God is saying, get behind me, because to get to you, they got to go through me. And God says, don't worry. It seems like I'm not doing anything. Don't worry. It seems like I'm not moving. God says, I'm giving them enough time to repent, because when I bring my judgment and when I bring down my wrath, there is nothing that they can say that's going to change my mind. God has given them a certain window, but God does not want you to move out of your place and out of position. God saw all the edits. God sees all the edits. God sees all the plagiarism. God sees all that's been destroyed, all that's been stolen, all that's been taken. And those who mock you, those who walk away and just believe what someone said about you, never ever waste your time trying to explain yourself to people who quickly believe someone else. It's something in their heart. They don't want the truth, because sometimes they don't like you anyway. So anything will do, even if it's not the truth. I want to believe the lie because I don't like you. And a lot of times you don't think so. A lot of times you can't believe who it is. Oh, God is taking the blinders off, my brothers and sisters. I want you to get to a place of peace, that no matter what they're doing, stop trying to tell your side. Your husband divorced you and then lied and said you cheated on him? Hold your peace. Your wife divorced you and said you were beating her and that you were cheating on her? Hold your peace. Your family members are lying on you and placing this picture about you, and now they wonder, oh, well, why are you acting like that? Hold your peace. Your friend lied on you. Your friend came between you and your husband maybe and said something that didn't happen. Hold your peace. The church, people just stop talking to you because of what the pastor said about you. Hold your peace. It's all good. Because people like that, you don't need them anyway. They're shallow, they're fickle, they're all flash and have no substance. I'm trying to tell you, these people mindset, their character is on clearance. Don't worry about that. Look to the hills from whence comes your help. Psalm 121. Make that your anthem. I will look to the hills from when comes my help. My help comes from the Lord who made the heavens and the earth. He will not suffer my foot to be moved. He that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is my keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time and even forevermore. You better believe it. There are 3 Psalms that my late grandmother taught me, and I praise God for her. From I was a little girl, she taught me the Lord's Prayer. She taught me Psalm 23. She taught me Psalm 121. And she taught me Psalm 1. And those scriptures are relevant to me. And I can recite those things because every morning she opened up this little Bible and had me read it. Every morning. And you know, my grandma didn't go to church all the time. She'll send us to church. But the Lord placed it in my grandmother's heart to teach us these things. And she was a loving woman. Oh, we were so happy all the time around our grandma. We ate fresh food, fresh chicken. She had chicken in the backyard. She had eggs. We got fresh eggs, fresh everything. She was loving. My best times were with my grandmother, running around in the yard, watching her watering the flowers in the yard in Jamaica, watching her singing and humming and cooking and making little ices that we'll sell. And in all of that, the Lord used her to plant seeds in me from when I was a little girl that I can stand on today. I pray and believe that she's resting with the Lord and I'll see her again at the appointed time. But I'm trying to tell you, stand fast. It's going to get rough because the enemy wants to drag us down. If you can see yourself sitting in a clean place in white robes, the devil does not like how you're transforming. He does not like how you're looking. He does not like the shine of the glory of God around you. He hates to see the entourage of angels around you. He is jealous of the love that God is placing on you. So what he tries to do is bring people around you. That's why they hate on you. It's the spirit in them that hates what they see. You and I don't see what's around us. You're looking like, what's the big deal about me? I'm just this regular person. You may look in the mirror and say, what's the big deal about me? You think you're ugly. You think you're nobody. They make more money than you. Why is it that people that make more money than you, been here longer than you, have more than you, why are they jealous? It's the spirit. It's that dark spirit that sees the glory on you. And what they want to do is pull you from this place that God has kept you and is keeping you. They want to get you out the entourage of the angels. They want to get you out of this glory. They see how you're transforming. They hate it and they fear it. So what they do is try to use those closest to you when they know they can't use the old tricks anymore. And they want to literally imagine some people, this dingy, dirty, slimy hands trying to grab onto your cleanness and yank you down. But they realize they don't even have the power to do that. So what they do is try to get in your head so you come down. You go past the entourage of angels. You get out of the secret place. You get out of the presence of the Lord and then come down and get your garments filthy and dirty. You take your mitre off and go out there and get dirty so they can get their hands on you. So you can have that stanking conversations with them and cuss them out and do all of that. Don't do it. God has seen the edits. He has seen what has happened, what is going on, and he sees what they're trying to do. You be still, stay in position, get behind the Father because he's going to protect you. Stand fast. Know who you are. You're part of a royal priesthood, a chosen generation, a peculiar people. Don't act like them. Emulate and focus on your Heavenly Father. All right, guys. Peace.